said he eventually just had to go over to the guy and say, "Excuse me, sir." And the guy pops up off the couch like he hadn't just been asleep, and he says, "Oh, hey, have a seat right here. Let me show you what I found." Welcome back to the Born Handy channel. I'm Jason with Born Handy, and this is the channel where we take on pretty much anything a handyman might be asked to take on, plus a little extra. Today's video is on the a little extra side. This is a question that I get asked fairly regularly, and it's because for the last 4 years, I've been working for a company that does a lot of work for home warranty companies. So the question that I always get asked, are home warranty companies even worth it? Well, the short answer is no. At least probably not. Look, if you're just looking for a yes-no answer, the answer is no, and the video is over for you. But if you kind of want to know how I came to that conclusion, maybe some of the experiences that led me to believe that home warranty companies are a ripoff, stay with me. Now, I've been working with around 10 warranty companies for the last 4 years, and although the work that I do is specifically geared toward the HVAC system, so heating and air, I get a lot of feedback from customers who are generally speaking unhappy with their warranty company, and they almost always tell me that as soon as this contract is up, they are not renewing. Now, if you're looking for me to name some names and tell you who's who, I'm just not going to do that. The companies that I'm going to call a good warranty company, even for them, have had periods of time when I felt like they really didn't do right by the customer, and then periods of time when they did. And so what I don't want to do is to come out here and endorse somebody, and then that warranty company maybe has a change of policy, or maybe it was just that one person that they just didn't do right. So for that reason, I'm not going to be naming names. But just as a general rule, know that my opinion is that you're better off to just save your money. And this is a big one. They're all good reasons, but this was a really big reason to stay away from home warranty companies, is the quality of contractor that they are sending. Now certainly I just told you that I worked for a company and we ran a lot of home warranty companies, but we were by far the exception and not the rule. We always tried to be professional and do right by the customer. This was the most serious incident that I heard of a home warranty company sending a sketchy contractor. I go to a customer's house. He was being very strange about everything I did initially. Then about 10 minutes, I had him a diagnosis. I sat down and I showed him what was going on. And when I got finished, the customer says to me, "Wow, you guys are far more professional than the other guy." Well, when he said that, I said, "Oh, really? Well, gosh, what happened?" Proceeds to tell me that the previous contractor went upstairs to go have a look at the air handler. It was in a closet. And he stayed up there an unusually long amount of time. And the homeowner didn't want to bother him, so he just kind of tried to stay patient. But he said at some point he thought, I need to go upstairs and check on this guy. So he gets up there, and this guy's asleep on his couch. So he says he was a little timid about it. He didn't want to just, hey, whatever. So he started, clearing his throat and just making shuffle noises and opening and closing some doors kind of loud. He said he eventually just had to go over to the guy and say, "Excuse me, sir." And the guy pops up off the couch like he hadn't just been asleep, and he says, "Oh, hey, have a seat right here. Let me show you what I found." And the customer said, he sat down. So the guy pulls out his phone, unlocks the screen, says, "Let me show you these pictures I just took inside your system." And some questionable content was on the screen of his phone. And the technician says, "Oh, sorry about that," and just kind of cleared it off his phone and says, "Yeah, here's the stuff I was trying to get to." And begins to explain to him what's going on with his air conditioning system. Goes on to tell him, "Look, the warranty company's probably going to decline this, but if you'll just give me $150, I'll fix it for you right now." To which the customer said, "Hey, why don't you just get your things and get out of my house?" And of course, he called the home warranty company and asked for a new technician. And a few days later, I had been sent out to do the repair. So, you have to be cautious about who you're inviting into your home. And these warranty companies, they're not always doing their due diligence. Let's get into some of their favorite tricks. These are the reasons that I'm going to tell you that you're better off without them. Number one, they're going to have some exclusions. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to someone's home, found a unit that has been well maintained. There is no obvious signs of abuse. Maybe the units are 6 or 7 years old and has, up until this point, never had a single problem. And the warranty company will say, "But we don't cover that specific part." maybe you have a Schrader valve that leaks, and it's a very inexpensive part. It's easy to change, takes just a few minutes, but as a result of that Schrader valve leaking, you've also lost some refrigerant. Maybe the system being low of refrigerant has caused a capacitor to fail as well. So you got a handful of things here that are going to be a pretty good sized bill for a customer, and the home warranty company says, well, it all started with a valve. We don't cover valves, so you're on the hook there. And then you as a customer are standing there trying to figure out where this all went wrong, because as far as you knew, you had a home warranty company that says they were going to cover everything. Another favorite trick of the warranty companies are price caps. So this is a very common scenario as well. You buy a home warranty company that's maybe around $100 or $120 a month, something like that, because you have chosen their top tier plan. Then when you file a claim, you find out that they have an absolute cap of, say, $1,500. So you got to ask yourself, how many months of paying this $100 or $125 would it have taken me to have saved the $1,500 that they're capped on? And in some cases, there are customers who have been paying this for 2 or maybe even 3 years before they file their claim, only to find out that they're only covered up to $1,500. Another good one is that the warranty company will say, well, your unit is covered, but because your system is still under factory warranty, we're actually not going to cover that. That's going to be between you and your technician. Now, it's very common for air conditioners to be advertised to have a 10-year warranty if they're installed by a licensed installer, if it was registered, and if you're the original purchaser of the unit. So your warranty company looks it up and says, well, that unit's only 6 years old. Should still be under warranty. Well, if it was never registered, then it's not. So then that becomes the warranty company's declining you and basically putting the problem back into the hands of the homeowner and the technician. Another way that your home warranty company is likely to leave you out in the cold, let's just say, for instance, that your compressor fails and you're going to need a new one. And in addition to the compressor failing, it was a total burnout and the refrigerant that was within the system is no longer usable. You're going to need new refrigerant, a new compressor, and a filter dryer. Anytime you open the system, a new filter dryer has to be installed. It's very common for your warranty company to say, well, we're not covering the recovery cost. We're not covering the filter dryer. And as a matter of fact, we're not even going to cover all the refrigerant. So another common one that they do is mixing and matching systems. So a lot of air conditioning systems in this part of the country are what we call a split system. What that means is you have a condenser that sits outside of your home, and then what we call an air handler that's usually in maybe an attic or a crawl space, sometimes in a closet. And these two are connected by a few wires and some copper tubing that allow the system to work together as one air conditioner. So for example, if you had a Trane system, you would have had a Trane outdoor component and a Trane indoor component. Well, if the indoor component failed, the warranty company might send you a Lennox or a Goodman to be mated with that Trane system. Now, sometimes that works, but most often it works with a few problems. And what I mean by that is, let's just say, for instance, that your Trane was designed to operate off of, say, 6 pounds of refrigerant. This new system that comes in was designed to work with a condenser that only uses 4 pounds of refrigerant. So in air conditioning mode, you have enough refrigerant outside and you can adjust the charge to make it so that you have just enough inside and you can make that work. But when the wintertime comes around and now you need to run this thing in heat mode, now you've run into a situation where in order to make this thing work, you're going to have to adjust the charge. Simply put, you don't want to have to be adjusting the charge every time the season changes just to make your air conditioner work. And you certainly wouldn't want to have to do that out of your own pocket because your warranty company did what amounts to a shoddy job. Now, this is such a common issue that there's actually a new code requirement coming January 1 of 2023 that is going to make that a violation. Essentially, systems are going to have to be AHRI matched up. In other words, tested and proven to work together efficiently come January 1st, 2023. So they also have just a lot of reasons to say no. So, it's crazy to think about how often somebody is given a home warranty and they believe that if anything fails in their house, they're going to be covered. And why shouldn't they believe it? That's what the home warranty's for. only to discover that once they file the claim, the home warranty company looks to the technician on site and says, hey, send me a picture of, and they'll have a list of things that they want photographs of. Now what they're asking for is things that commonly rust. And as soon as they see some rust, whoa, we're not covering that system because there's rust on it. And as far as we're concerned, that's a lack of maintenance. Now, that's absurd. There are components to these systems that rust is a byproduct of being used. For example, heat exchangers. You just simply can't stop it. They are going to rust. Hey, since we can't find anybody to do your repair, why don't you just reach out and find your own technician and we will reimburse you. I have actually never seen a scenario where a home warranty company reimbursed a customer fully once that process had happened. More often than not, what happens is the home warranty company gets the bill, looks at it and says, oh, but we only pay X amount for this repair, and so that's all we're going to pay you. And oh, by the way, we don't cover this at all, so you're only going to get a small fraction of what you paid out of pocket. So in a sense, you're paying twice. You've paid your warranty company and you're paying the repair contractor almost entirely out of pocket. You need to know that as a home warranty company customer, you're probably going to be waiting a whole lot longer for your repair than someone who just called a repair company and said, hey, yeah, I'm going to pay out of pocket. I'd like for you to come and have a look. Contractors generally don't like to work for home warranty companies, and there's a lot of reasons for that, and probably all the reasons are equally just as important. But I'll start with what I'll call number one, which is low pay. Home warranty companies have a price that they want to pay that is generally well below market value for a repair. Now you might be asking yourself at this point, so if warranty companies are so bad, how are they staying in business? It is real estate agents. Real estate agents are the number one mover of home warranty companies by a significant margin. It's actually fairly rare for people to call up home warranty companies on their own and purchase the warranties. The way this usually goes is someone's buying a home that's maybe a little older. There are a few things in the house that look a little sketchy. The real estate agent says, but hey, don't worry. We are throwing in a 1-year home warranty. So if anything fails in that first year, you're covered. Warranty companies routinely sponsor events for real estate agents. They actually go as far as to have like little local managers or account executives who run around to these real estate offices, who are constantly buying meals and schmoozing with these real estate agents just to keep themselves in front of the agent to make sure they are the warranty company being sold every time somebody buys a new house. I'll tell you, even with the worst warranty companies, I can name customers who it worked to their benefit. But for every one customer that it worked out well, I can give you way more that it didn't. So even still, if you find yourself really just wanting to bite the bullet and go ahead and get yourself a home warranty company, how do you know who the good ones are? That's a tough question to answer. I don't know what to tell you to do. Let me just tell you right now, one of the worst offenders is Top Rated Online. If you go online and look at the reviews, they have 4.5 stars as of today, which this is late August 2022. But if you'll also continue looking, you'll find that the Better Business Bureau has thousands upon thousands of complaints. Now you may dismiss that and say, well, that's just the size of their company. There's going to be some people who complain, and you'd be right. That's probably true, but they're also boasting that they approve 90% of their claims. And I can tell you that from what I monitored, they actually decline around 70%. There are at least 2 states, both Arizona and New Jersey, were suing this warranty company for failing to cover claims. Now, in fact, this wasn't just somebody at the state suing. This was the Attorney General of each of those states that had filed a lawsuit against this warranty company. While I was searching lawsuits against this company, I stumbled across maybe 20 or so, and I just quit. There were so many lawsuits that were filed by contractors who had not been paid or not been paid in full by this particular warranty company. So if you got a warranty company that doesn't pay its contractors, what are the chances you think you're going to get a contractor to come out to your home when you need to actually file a claim? How they're getting these good reviews, I'm not entirely certain. I do know that there are companies out there that you give money to and they go write enough fake reviews to simply overwhelm the negative reviews. I'd be willing to bet that they've done something like that in order to keep their name pretty high. So I'd be cautious. Moving on any home warranty company, I would be extremely, extremely cautious. At the end of the video, my advice is to stay away from home warranty companies. More often than not, you as a customer will end up paying twice for a repair. Once to your warranty company, and then once to your service provider. I was intending in this video to kind of pull back the curtain a little bit and show you how home warranty companies work from the contractor side. So if this video has been informative or helped you in any way, I ask that you do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up, a like, maybe a subscribe. Maybe let your real estate agent know that home warranty companies are not all they're cracked up to be. And as always, until next time, this is Jason with Born Handy, and I hope to see you on the next video.